brand new camera mount, so we're kind of rinky dinking it right at the moment. So please excuse the camera angles today because I lost it. Brand new. Just bought it. Just bought it. See what we can do with this, huh? All right, just caught a couple, just a few casts. Caught a couple small largemouth. So we're really shooting for largemouth today because the smallies are sort of sleeping right now. Or actually not sleeping, but they're bedding. So they're really not active right now. So we are using a small square bill. And so we're working, seeing what I can get and get a bite on, and then we'll throw some bigger stuff out. Water 62 degrees at the moment. I'm at Lake of the Woods, Oregon. It's gorgeous. Very, very, very morning to be out. And oh, there's one chasing it. Oh, he gave up right at the boat. He gave up right at the boat. We got a nice population of largemouths here, so we're just gonna kind of work these largemouths and see what I can come up with. We're right in front of the marina here, hoping something a little bit bigger. That's it. I've seen some 1 and 2 pounders, which would be fun on an ultralight. Always fun. It's always fun on an ultralight. So, I do apologize for the camera angles because I lost it. It fell off the boat. Fortunately, it did not have my phone on it. I would have dove for it then. Kinda. Probably not. But I would have cried internally. I want to thank everybody that tunes in. Hit thumbs up. And I really appreciate all your support. Will be my last week working here at Lake of the Woods. So Wednesday and Friday. Friday will be my last day working because of my health issues and my inability to really do this job the way I think a person should do this job. Oh, there we go. Fish on. We got a fish on. Another one. Here we go. Not a bad little fighter. Not a great little fighter. Looks like he's about, I don't know, a 3/4 pounder. It is a trout. It's a trout. So there's a trout, rainbow trout. Uh-oh, you are going to be very difficult to dehook because you got one in the gill. Wait, 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 wait. We may have to keep you. I don't usually like keeping small trout. Oh, yeah. I don't think you'll survive if I put you back. So we're going to put him. We kind of bloodied him up a little bit. And when you can't put one back, I'll give it to a camp host. So got my live well here. When it comes to farm trouts are very, well, sensitive. They shock easy. And they, I learned something too the other day. All right. We'll stick him in the water. So, yeah. Oh, well. Poor little guy. What he gets for biting a bass bait. All right, one's in the basket. One's in the basket. You can only have 5 of those. So let's try not to start our day that way and go, fill it up. see if I can get you guys. Let's see if we can. Let's see if we can get you guys a slightly better angle. Yeah, a little bit better. At least I'm in frame. Or at least my cast is in frame. So maybe if you see, if I catch one, you'll actually see the fight on the water. And I pull the square bill very, very slow. Couple twitches every once in a while. But you can see my reel speed. This is my reel speed right here. It's about 1 second a turn. And I mean, there's no reason to overwork a bait. The bait works fine at its speed. So learn the bait. This bait has really good tail action. It's got a knocker in it. And you just pull it in very slow and easy. It's kind of fun when you go slow because, like I said, it's like going to the drag races. If you're driving a drag car, boom, just hits the green light. I pull it down really fast at the very beginning in order to get it dive to its depth, which is 3 to 5 feet. And then I start reeling in at a slow rate. So I jerk on it when it lands to get it to dive. And then now it's cruising along at its designed depth. And that's how I do it. And people ask me all the time, how do you catch fish? And I go with a rod and reel. So I feel good today, though. Hopefully, we don't have an episode. It'll be fine. I want to go to the south end of the lake, over by between the YMCA and used to be the Girl Scouts. So I want to get down there today. Takes about under an hour, about an hour to get down there in the boat. And usually I troll on the way over, catch a few. I'm wondering if we'll be quitting about 3 o'clock today when Russell gets off work. That poor trout probably already dead. They do play possum in that thing. Second hook went through its gill pretty good, so that's why I didn't release it. When you're working with double treble hooks, trouts don't do well on them typically. So usually use like a size 12 treble if you use a treble for trout, or a single hook. And if you use a single hook, it's smarter. It's more fun, more challenging, but you can easily remove a single hook out of a trout. And the reason you twitch the tip while retrieving is it changes direction of the bait. It just does this and does this. And what that makes it looks like a struggling fish. And fish go for the weak link. They just do. Um, they just go for the weak link. So if they see a struggling fish out there, they just eat it. Easy meal, right? Easy meal. Oh my God. Yeah. Let's see what I have a silver shad one with a spinner. Now, I love spinners. and really nice round bill. This one's going to dive a little deeper, and we're going to so this one is now going to go twice the depth. Morning. This is now doubling the depth. So instead of 3 to 5 feet, we're 6 to 9 feet on this particular dive bait. And again, you do not have to retrieve these fast. The spinner on the back gives it a swim, elongates the bait, and a lot more flash to it. So you don't have to do a whole lot to get it to work very well. And that little bit of flash, it may attract a big trout, maybe a German brown. I got German browns on baits like this. So, and this is braid, so we can handle a brown. But we're working off of reaction strikes. So we're just trying to get a fish to not think and just bite. And that's kind of my preferred way of fishing. Not much of a bait guy. I don't, because bait fishing is boring. Throw it out there and wait. I'm not a waiter. I was a waiter in college. So I supported myself through college. I was a waiter. I know. Waited on tables. Aquafina. Terrible at waiting. So we're going to let's go to the smallmouth area. Sometimes we can get a nice largemouth over in the smallmouth area. So we're just going to go over here. He's fishing from the dock, and he's not supposed to fish from the dock. Somebody will stop him in a few minutes after he gets one and get all excited. Get kicked off the docks. All right, here we go. This is sort of this area right here is sort of where the smallmouth and the largemouth mix. They meet because we go from a rocky bottom to a vegetated bottom. A lot of growth down here. And like I said, I think the smallmouths are actually bedding because I haven't caught any this week. And that's highly unusual. We've already caught 2 largemouths. And I did drop there. I knew he was going to die. I knew he was going to die. Now, sometimes, too, when you retrieve it, in order to give the illusion of a struggling fish, you can change the speed of the reel or your retrieve speed. So you can do this, do this, this, do this. And it's a lot like twitching. Yep, I told you. Well, you're not supposed to be. Oh, there's a bite. You can't fish off the dock. He hasn't been here. I've been here. I haven't seen anybody fishing. I do see some jumpers out here, so let's see what we can get when we get a little bit closer to the dock. Fish from the ODFW, Doc. Oh, there we go. Fish on. Fish on. Oh, there we go. Nice. Nice largemouth. I mean, biggest one so far. Say hello to the camera. There you go. About 7 inches. We'll take it. We'll take it. All right. Let's keep going. I'm seeing some action over here. So we're up to 3 largemouths, 1 trout. That's what we got so far. We're just moving the boat just a little bit. There's a sign there. It says no fishing from the docks. So just because you fished from it one time doesn't just means that you just ignored the the sign. You knew you were doing wrong. There's signs that say don't no fishing from the dock. Even I don't fish from the dock. You want to. There's a lot of fish around the dock. But you can't fish from the working docks. We're up to 4 fish. Not bad for the first half hour or so. Such a beautiful day. Now, tip height and retrieve speed has a lot to do with dive depth. So if you keep your tip down, it'll dive deeper. If you pull your tip up, it'll dive shallow. And then the more speed on your bait will make it dive even deeper. So when you troll, your baits typically are fairly deep if it's a diving bait. If it's not a diving bait, it goes shallow because there's really nothing to push it down, and pure momentum will pull it up. When people fish for our kokanee or salmon, they have what's called a downrigger. Basically, it's a weighted line with a detachable clamp on. So it causes your bait to get down deep. Um, and then when you get a hit, the clamp releases your line so you can catch your fish. And that's how you get a bait way down there while trolling. It's called an outrigger. Called an outrigger. I've never used one. I know the principle, but I've never used one. I don't know how to fish kokanee. I want George to teach me how to fish for kokanee. Um, there's still a lot I need to learn, a lot I need to learn. I learn a lot from these trout fishermen here. I mean, even though I'm not a trout fisherman, I catch a lot of trout because trout are stupid. But um, they they teach me a lot. The guests here. Most of our fishermen here are really nice people. They really are. They respect me and I respect them. And oh, yeah, There's a largemouth right there looking at it. Oh, he just about the same size as the one we just caught. See if we can find another one a little bigger. He looked like he was about 10 inches. Largemouths are becoming more active, so really good. That's why the south side is my best largemouth area. I wonder if I don't know if a top water will work just yet, but this afternoon we'll try some top water fishing, and we'll see what we can get because the water should be warmed up. I'm going to do a little stop and starts here. See if we can entice. We can try the fire tiger that I picked. I'll tell you, if you ever want to modify, let's say a Sixth Sense bait, which is probably the best hard bait, that you can buy in retail, just go to Amazon and add a swivel hook to the back. It really does increase your bite hookup. Okay, we're gonna head over here and we're going to try this fire tiger. It's a round bill, but and you can see it. Single treble hook. So if a stupid trap does hit it, it's easier to remove it. This is on my BFS, although it looks like I got a little bit of backlash on it. So we're going to have to cast it and hope for the best. Run my thumb on it. So it's going to be a fun cast. Okay. Did not get worse. We're just going to pull it out. How that happened. Put it away with a backlash. That's not smart, is it? All right. It wasn't much of a cast. I just did it just to get the spool right again. There we go. Now this is an ultralight, so no muscling this baby. If it's a big one, we got to play it. 4-pound test on a very, very fast action rod. Oh, there you go. Oh, he followed it right up to the boat. They're active today. They're active. We just got to find that combination, right? They're chasing, coming right up to the boat. I always cast to the starboard side. So I should really put you guys in that angle. All right. So I always cast to the starboard side. I don't know why, because my fish finder's on this side. So helps me to see the topography, anything below me. Oh, come on. Come on. I think I'm going to retrieve this one just a tad fast. Really want them to swallow it. Let's get away from this boat. We're starting to sneak up on this tri-tune. And come out here a bit. Not so far out here. lost that mount. Fell off my boat. I know where it is. I could hold my breath that long. Maybe. I was going to bring a magnet today, but I forgot. Oh, come on. That's the new guy. All right, we're going to try the bluegill. Let's try the bluegill. Yeah, we got a new employee starting. Neat, huh? We need more people. Now, this one you retrieve real slow. Whenever you switch baits, remember your technique is going to have to change. Sometimes I forget what I have in my hand. Break a line because I think it's braid or something. I get all excited. Get all. He's new. You could get him to do it. Oh, there we go. Oh, missed it. All right. Get out here this morning. Oh, just about an hour ago. Got three largemouths and a trout so far. Oh, that'll be a lot of fun. Yeah, I pull a lot of hooks out of my hand with kids. Well, you still pull hooks out of your hand because you're helping them. That's still a joy. That's the best part of it. Oh my God, that's awesome. Well, to him, it was. Oh, that's awesome. That's the best. There is nothing better than having kids with you and watching them catch fish. That's awesome. It's a big one. I haven't got a big one yet. Let's get over here. If the largemouth will come up and hit on these rocks. So we're going to try go in between these two rocks. I told you that trout wasn't going to survive it, though. Yes, I mean, you know where the hook goes. And sometimes it goes through the gills or through the eye. You pretty much know that. Don't rush your baits. Never rush your bait. Let it do its job. Let it do its job. Back a little bit. I'm always around. I love our guests. You're gonna miss that part. You know, I'll still be out here, but I just I don't think he's got a cap. You have a cabin, you usually have your own dock. Let it do its job. Great cat. Right where I want. Yeah, I don't think the smallmouths are biting. I think they've all gone, hitting beds. This is the smallmouth area. Sometimes you do catch a largemouth over here, but they just are not active right now. So I'm going to go to the west side of the lake, split these boats a bit, and we are going to go with a ooh, don't hit the buoy mark. Really don't want to hit the. We're going to go with a deep diver. It's one you'll find in the box that those 3 boxes. By the way, those are limited edition boxes. Um, each box has uniqueness to it, baits that are not in any other box. And oh, it's deep dive. Oh, don't do that. Oh, don't. Oh my gosh, I hate it when hooks get stuck on clothing. You know that? Um, so this particular bait is a common bait in the box that I'm about to use, and it'll go down to about 20 feet, depending on troll. So we are going to get it out. Show you in a second. But I've only made 3 of those boxes. Now, I don't know how many more I'll be making. Won't be many, I'll tell you, because it's a lot of money for me to buy it. I'm not going to be working anymore. Um, so there might be, I don't know, maybe 9 boxes total by the end of the year. So if you do buy one and 2 people have, there's one more in the store. Um, should put my glasses on. Oh, got it. Know that you really do have a very limited edition box. You're not going to see, not too many people are ever going to be able to buy that box. I do use a waterproof floating tackle box that I put the baits in just over the drop off. We're just going to toss this out there. And we're going to troll it across the lake. So just realize that, the box itself is very, I hope you appreciate it. I know you'll catch a lot of fish. Do not be afraid to use those baits. Some people buy my baits and they don't want to throw them because they're all hand painted. Um, please, I paint them and make them um, to be used. So, oh, there's my guys, my trout guys, and their canoe. They did good the other day. Over here, see if I can get some largemouth bass on the west side. Got a lot of pollen and midges on the water, which really helps for the uh, topwater fishing, because the fish will come up and hit these bugs that are sitting on top of the water. And I mean, the water right now it has that yellow opaqueness to it. Those are the bugs. Those are bugs and pollen, both. Little midges. They're at 50 feet water right now, depth. Now we're going to go to port side because I'm going to go up towards Boy Scout camp and work the area between the last house and the Boy Scout camp just north of it. There's a lot of cover there and larger bass that are bedding there, and there's a lot of bedding down there. They're coming off their beds right now, and they're big, and they're gorging because they've been sitting on those beds and they're hungry. I mean, we all want a big breakfast, whether you eat it or not. I mean, I had a banana, but you'd swear I eat a lot because of my girth. I'm a girthy dude. I've become girthy. You know when you gain weight, you lose your neck? I want my neck back. Once you get fat, your head sits on top of your shoulders without a neck. It's gone. I don't know why. It just disappears. Although my vertebrae are collapsing, so I probably lost an inch there, but eh, I don't know. Seems wrong. And you know what else? You get older, you get shorter, right? It's just a fact of nature, right? Why does the ground get farther away from you? When I was younger, I could touch the ground easy. Yeah, there's a lot of boaters over here working the trout. I see 4 of them in my spot. Kayak, 5 people on the shore over there. Well, we may just work the docks on the way down, go to the south. So we'll go we'll work the starboard side. We're not going to work the cover. We'll work the docks on the way down and see what we can get. Another thing about a deep diving, um, you don't have to worry too much about using a deep diving in semi-deep water. So this will go 20 feet, but go down, work it at 10 to 15 feet. What's going to happen is that really long bill, the dive bill that it has on it, will hit the rocks and it'll come off the rocks. It'll do this. And that noise will excite fish. So working a dive bait off bottom is really a smart thing to do. Um, it just works. So this is a very long minnow looking bait, jointed. So it has a really good tail action to it. And it wouldn't surprise me going across the lake right now if we catch a German brown, because the browns are hitting these new feeders. These new rainbows we just put in. We're at 56 feet right now, which is about as deep as this lake gets. Um, I don't think I've ever seen a 60-foot area. Technically, they say there's a 90-foot area. I don't think so. I don't think so. I ain't never found it. But 56 is about as deep as I've ever seen this lake. I've never seen 60. So we're at 55, 56 right now. So there is a lot of interesting stuff at the bottom of this lake in the sediment, from boats to engines to all sorts of stuff. A lot of anchors. Some of them mine. But this is about the deepest part. Now, it wouldn't surprise me, looking on my depth finder, if I see a bunch of kokanee about 45 to 50 feet. Um, we'll keep an eye on it. And now, typically, if you fish kokanee, use a light line. And if you don't have a downrigger, just park over them and just run a really skinny spoon and run it all the way down. Let it just drop all the way down there. And basically, you're going to be jigging for the kokanee, is what you're doing. You're jigging for it. So don't worry. You can do it without a downrigger. People do it all the time here. So I think 55 feet. That's the way it is. The average depth of this lake is 17 feet because we have 3 large flats on this lake. I'm right in the middle of the lake right now. I mean, pretty much in the middle of the lake. Um, we're trolling at 1.7 miles an hour. And it's kind of fast to troll at 1.7. I usually like 1.3, 1.4. But I really want this bait to dive as deep as it can, to see if I can coax anything at those depths to come up. So basically, I'm splitting the water column right now on this bait. And what that means is that you got the surface, you got the bottom, you're splitting you're right in the middle is what you're doing. And a water column is just that column underneath you. So when I say fish the upper water column, the lower water column, the middle water column, that's basically what I'm saying to do is that you want to, where the fish are, there are certain fish that live in the suspended realm, like crappie. Crappie live in the suspended realm, typically in the upper water column, depending on the water temperature. There, we just passed some kokanee. Oh no, those were typically you could tell what they are. We passed those were crappie, and they're up at 10 feet. Now crappie cannot see beneath them. Typically, you can see forward and up because of the way their eyes are positioned on their body. Um, so my bait can swim right underneath them, and they wouldn't know it. But they like to be in that upper water column. Crappie do. And they're schoolers. They love to be in schools. Trout like to be in schools. Salmon love to be in schools. Perch like to be in schools. Now the bass not so much. A bass can live a solitary life, but they don't. I mean, you can find good bass spots, but typically you can fish them out fairly quick because there's not that many typically. The bass, the um, the large or the German browns too, they're not schoolers. I know it's weird because they're trout, but they are so big, and they get up to 3 feet in this lake, and that's that's a whale. It's a shark, beautiful shark. And I would suggest if you do German brown fishing here, catch them, take your pictures, your video, whatever, and release them back into the lake. There are some lakes like Diamond Lake that it's illegal to keep the brown. We should make them illegal to catch and keep, but we have no control over that. I think it's a moral thing for you to do that. Every 5 years or so, this lake gets planted with sockeye salmon and brown. These browns were planted as fingerlings. So if you catch a 30-incher, it's a very old brown. Put it back. Put it back. I caught my biggest one ever, and even though it jumped out of my boat, I would have never kept it. So put it back. Do the right thing. Take your pictures, your video, whatever. Keep it alive and release it healthy. That's what you want to do. There's still 55. Now, the neat thing is, as we come up to the west side of this particular shore, see, a lot of people are fishing the cover right here. Cover is just another term for dead wood and rocks underneath the water. Typically, it's where fish like to live and hide out. So we're going to go left because everybody here, I see people at all the good spots here, typically over here. They got to be bass fishing because, I mean, those are bass spots. So where this guy is, really good spot. It's the only spot that I found where the smallmouths and the largemouths love to commingle. So where he is, you can catch a lot of smallmouths and largemouths. Now, mind you, where he is, you can only catch a lot of fish, or 1 and 2 pounders. Up there's another boat and another spot where you can catch some monsters, maybe even double digits at where he's at. So these guys, they've fished the lake before. They know. But because they came off of beds, they could be very, very hungry. So using a wacky worm or a chatterbait or drop shots, those actually are pretty good bait to, using soft plastics is actually a pretty good technique at the moment to catch a big bass. Again, I got a zillion plastics here, but I always will because I'm not a big a plastics guy. I love reaction strikes. Um, I love reaction strikes. And I love catching fish on my bait. 56 feet. And it's about as deep as this lake gets right here. There's a little deep side. Now we're coming up to a huge cliff. And it's going to shoot up. The bottom on my fish finder is just going to start coming up really quick in about 2 minutes. Not even that, maybe. And this bottom is just going to go. Now, this is line right here. This guy's a little deep. You fish the line on a drop off. It's actually pretty smart because typical fish are ambush predators and they hunt their prey from below the prey. They hunt up. It's the way most fish do it. I mean, you will not see, people get, you can swim below a shark, but you should swim above a shark or in front of a shark. It wants to chase you. All right. We should be coming up to the drop off. And so fishing a drop off is smart because you've got, a lot of angle below it. So if you fish the face of a drop off, there's a lot more opportunity to catch fish. Okay, we're just found the drop off. Now it's coming up. So we're at 51 feet right now. So now it's just going to start jumping up. 49, 48. So there's some fish down there. Again, my bait is about 20 feet, so I have to keep an eye on it. There's vegetation over here. So I want to keep an eye on it, make sure I do not snag my bait. 46 feet. So right here is the drop off. Now, if you fish a drop off, my suggestion is to fish on the face of the cliff halfway down. Depending, 42 feet. So we've lost 13 feet in the last 30 seconds. So there's a school. This is probably kokanee right here. So let's see. 39 feet. Yeah, those guys are over. No, they're in the right spot. They're in the right spot. That's where I like to fish. There's a smallmouth, largemouth commingle right there. They're 35 feet, 34, 35. Coming up. That's coming up really fast. So there's a school of fish we just passed. Now, if I throw a spoon down there right now, I could probably catch whatever's down there. They're not bass, though. Too deep for bass. Now we're at 18 feet. I told you, it just starts to come up. So now we're going to really slow it down. And we're at 16, 15 feet. Now, this is the top of the ridge right now on that cliff. So 15 to 55 feet. That's that 40-foot drop right there. So we're going to pull this in. And we're going to start working the cover along the shoreline. Now, remember, I told you that fish are ambush predators. So why does a person fish the same area with better success from a boat than they would from the shore? Is because the drop off from the shore to the boat. That drop off is conducive to an ambush predator. And that's what you want to kind of do. You want to give that fish a chance to sneak up on it. So this is what we're going to just sort of work the docks, and we're not going to use this one at the moment. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, could use a square bill. So we'll try the square bill. And so now I'm going to turn you guys where you can see where I'm fishing. So, all right, we're going to sort of let my boat drift along the banks here. And we're just going to, this is not a, this is my 3 to 5 foot dive bait. And we're just going to work the docks on the way down to the south end. This will take a couple hours. I don't want to interfere with everybody else over there. So, always respect people on the lake. There is an etiquette to fishing. Shore fishermen have priority. Non-motorized have priority over motorized. And then everybody else, you kind of give everybody a casting distance, you know, so you don't cross and work the same fishing hole. That's what you want to do. So that guy's pretty far out. I'm saying those guys are shooting for trout because they're casting out from the bank. One guy is anyway. I might go starboard and angled up on itself. Probably looked like a fish from the distance. Not a fish, just a tangled up lure. Had a lot of talking over there. Eh? This guy, the other boat is fishing way too far offshore. So what we're going to do, we're going to go around this boat and do an S curve. And I don't think those guys are fishing for bass. I think they're fishing for trout over there. This first boat's fishing for bass, half the boat, the other half trout. So we're going to go up and about. That's what we're going to do. And you can almost predict where fish are by habitat and depth and temperature of water. You know, I did a video on temperature of water to you always have a thermometer of some kind. It could be a pool thermometer. Throw it out there. Check the surface temperature of the water. Um, it will help you a lot on figuring it out. Um, if the water's warm, you know bass. Water's cold, you know trout. And if it's warm, the trout are deep. If the water's cold, the bass are deep. So there's another boat coming in. Dang it. It's getting crowded over here. All right, so it's way too crowded over here, guys. We're definitely going to go to the south end of the lake. The south end of the lake is probably the best bass area. We'll catch the most bass there, but not the biggest bass. So we're gonna let everybody have this spot up here. It is Saturday. I never fish on Saturday. Now I'm gonna start fishing on Saturday. So, but where they're fishing is gonna be your 1 pounders. Or that guy, if he was splitting the difference in shore lines, he can catch double digit. Um, are they still in the clincher? I hope so. I have no idea where they were. I mean, it all depends what they're using. Okay, we're gonna work docks. We're gonna work the docks. Dun, dun, dun. Work the dogs. All the way down to the south end. It's gonna be a long trip. Yep, they're pulling up. They're in a really they're actually a little too far out, but you gotta hug the shore where they're at. But they're like I said, the small mouse are starting to bed. But the large mouse, they probably caught a few. But like I said, you can fish out an area on pretty quick on bass. Bass like to spread themselves out. Let's see what we can get around these resident ducks. Yep, they're pulling out. Of course they would, right? One of my favorite spots. We're drifting just a little bit. Actually, I got my trolling motor on one. So just to give me some. I'll see some residents, you know, people that I know. It'll be nice. It'll be a nice morning. Saturday. Never usually fish this lake on Saturday. It's kind of crowded. Like I said, I mean, these guys were fishing spots that I usually fish, so that's good. I don't own them. Looks like these guys have like a little key bar. Come out there, Doc. Nice boats. Real nice boats. I don't know if I know them. Probably do. Let's take the wide berth around these guys and see where he's casting. All right. Try to keep an eye on where people are casting. Stay within, away from the cast. It's just respectful. Just respectful. People aren't used to seeing me on Saturday. Usually working. I lost it. Nice house, two beautiful boats. Ski boat and a sailboat. We've overstocked. Everybody's got great trout fishing right now. Good morning. Morning. 3 to 5 foot leaders. Do you have any lines over here? All right. There you go. Trout fishing. People just, they're jump right up while he's sitting in his chair and he just jumps right up. Yeah. He's got a small school right there. Not want to disturb his fishing. Always respect it. Pelican. Man, that's a bad dog. Break your line. Either you had a bad spot on your line or you didn't play the fish right. I've done both. Throw the throw the fire tiger. There's a single trouble, so if I do catch a trout, hopefully we won't damage it. 37 feet here, and we're pretty close to shore. It's a really hard drop off. We're going to have to get a little bit closer. And it's really nice because you do have a good drop off here. And again, the fish are ambush predators. So they like to fish up. 37 feet right here. Wow. Do you have a line in? Looks like he does. He's got 2 lines in. Catch. Hope to God they don't spit it out, I guess. We're at 15 feet here. So we bottom came up 20 feet in just a 3. I'm bass fishing. The largemouth are starting to hit. So I've caught 3 largemouths and a stupid trout. They're stupid. They keep hitting my bass lures. 1 pounders right now. I haven't caught anything beyond a 1 pound. But I'm using light tackle, so it's kind of fun. Dive a little deeper than this. So I'm going to put that other. Yeah. we're not going to put the deep diver on and take that off. And we're going to put that other one on, the round bill. And then we're going to use that one. I don't put a hook inside mine, but putting this one on with the spinner. And it'll elongate it, hopefully get a little bit more flash. We should put my glasses on. Can't see. Oh, can't see diddly squat without my glasses. You know, when I was younger, I had perfect vision. Then I got old. And then I lost my sight. So we're at 26 feet right here, but it just keeps going up and down. So let's see if we can get a good reaction strike off of this ridge. Nope. What are you guys looking that way for? All right, let's see. So this almost doubles, well, it does double the length of our lure with that spinner. So we're now, well, either somebody's eyes is going to be bigger than his stomach. Visibility. We're not. We'll probably see some, yes. 35 feet deep right here, not very far from the dock. That's why we went with a deeper dive. This one goes down about 9 feet, so. These guys have a nice deck here. Always admired their rock work they did there. We are halfway down to where I want to be. He's dead. A little diving board on there. Lining. Oh, right. Yeah. Shooting for bass. Bass, yeah. Oh, there we go. There he is. That was a largemouth. Oh, he hammered it. There he is. Oh, that's a crappie. That's a crappie. Are those good to eat? They're delicious to eat. Awesome. Big enough to eat? Oh, yeah. Great. You know, he hammered it. I mean, that's a big bass lure this guy hit. Thank you. I, it's everything a man wants. I even have a live well. It's a fruit basket with a pool noodle. So anything I like to eat or damage, like that trout, I actually damage. I couldn't release him alive, so he's just gonna have to be dinner. But that I well I I work here, and so whenever I catch fish, I usually give them to the camp hosts. So I'll rotate the camp hosts and give them. See, that's a big bait for a crappie. Crappie should never hit that bait. I know. And what in the world did he do? He hammered it like a largemouth. I've always admired your brickwork. So it is nice. I've always admired it. I fish this lake full time, and I'd go by this house and a few others, and it's just a nice little sitting area.
You don't like the motion that's solid.
Uh huh. No, I always like that. It's a beautiful day. Yesterday was a little overcasty, but this is real pretty. Normally I work on Saturdays, but not today. I work in the marina. So if you go, yeah. Well, a lot of the bass spots were taken up there. So I actually the southern part of the lake should be really lighting up right now. So I'm kind of headed down there. You should be able to get a lot of nice bass down there today. Thank you very much, guys. Nice meeting you. It's just a lake. This lake's a lazy lake. If you're in a rush in this lake, you're just doing it wrong. Yeah, they did it right here. These guys, nice deck, nice dock. They did it right. It is. At the marina, we're always rebuilding and repairing our docks every year. Yeah, the lake's full. We're overflowing right now. Well, with Dry Creek and Rainbow Creek are just pushing water into the lake right now. And we have an overflow outlet over there, and it's gushing. So, yeah, we have water all the way up to the marina's foundation. We're not used to that. It's and a great ice fishing season. You should try it. We had 3 feet of ice on this water, and people were snowmobiling side by side. Our ice fishing festival was absolutely fun in February. Yeah, and we rent shacks, so you can fish in a shack. It's warm. It's like fishing in your living room. Yeah, well, what's crazier is they have open pit fires. No, I live in Klamath. I'm retired. I do the promotions for the lake. So I'm sort of a marketing consultant, I guess, in my retirement. Oh, you would. I'm telling you, you will have so much fun. We look like a village. We even snow plowed the lake. We had to. We had too much powder. We should. We really should. That's a great idea. The what else we do? Oh, our kite festival. You ever come to that? Yeah, that's all on the a frozen lake. Oh, there we go. There we go. Another one. Dang it. You guys have the most aggressive crappie I've ever seen. I mean, it's not a keeper, but my goodness. What is that guy doing? My goodness. I never catch crappie on a round bill. You guys ought to be crappie jigging off the dock. They they really are very good tasting fish. Probably the best tasting fish in the lake. Get their trout. Oh, there's a bite. Come on. Nope. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. I didn't charge my phone last night, so I really don't know how much power I've got. And I didn't put an adapter in here from this battery, so we'll see how long the video works. You know, we can do a live. So I'm using my BFS, which is a bait casting system, and oh no, this isn't BFS. I'm sorry. This is my Shimano SLX XT. This has got braided line on it. We are throwing a heavier bait. And you can get away with straight braid when you're doing reaction strikes. If you're doing more finesse stuff, you do not use a straight braid. You'll put a leader on it, like a 4-pound leader of fluoro. I don't like using mono. Mono stretches. Hard to set a hook and keep it on with mono. So fluoro doesn't stretch. Oh, there we go. There we go. Fish on. Oh, I lost him. Dang it. See if we can still get his attention, huh? Yep. It's all wound up on it. That's what happens when you get all excited. Oh, see, you get all excited, you backlash. We can get his attention. That was a pretty good hit. That was a good one. That was a jackhammer hit, which means typically that's a largemouth. Attention, man. Cast it over there. See if we can do it. That's somebody I know's house. Dumb. Fuck that. Thought I set that hook pretty good. But I did not. Pull a motor going again. Stopped to try to work that fish. Come on. These cabins are very old. These are 80-year-old cabins. Good morning. I'm using a round bill. Water's not quite top water yet. Oh, you got a line in? Oh, okay. Good. I didn't want to catch it. See, these homes don't even have wells. They pull their water through a hose from the lake. Most of them don't have running water inside the house. They have outhouses, porta potties, stuff like that. So, oh, there we go. Oh, oh, you're good. Oh, he's good. Come on, baby. Come on. Oh, it's a stupid trout. It's a dumb trout. Come on. There you go. Trout thinking he's a bass. Ugh. Good morning. How are you? Oh, look at the day and look where I'm at. You really can't beat this. Bass fishing, but there's so many trout in the lake right now that they're hitting my bass lures. Well, that's a big trout right there. But I'm catching, I am starting to catch largemouth bass, so what I'm shooting for. It's a bass lake naturally, but we've been planting so many trout. There's too many of them. We've put 10,000 trout in this lake in the last month. That is too many. He's a nice size. I usually give him to the camp hosts. What's that? Well, there's at last census, they counted over 100,000 largemouths. That's a lot of largemouths. They're just starting to come off their beds, though. So I have caught 3 today. So, but there's these trout. It's just too plentiful right now. We just put more in over at Aspen yesterday. So there's just too many. But the camp hosts will like the trout, and I had a crappie, 2 crappie hit this bait a few houses down. Big crappie this year. Yeah. Well, trout are stupid. They hit anything. I mean, you put a worm on a hook every time and get a trout. And they're stupid. But bass, they're smart. You can't catch the same bass the same way twice. They wise up. But yeah, huh? They are. They're stupid. They're really dumb. But bass, they're smart. And they hit like a jackhammer too. I mean, a largemouth hits bam, 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 and they hit hard. You do, and they have a big mouth, so they can spit out your hook fast. So yeah, you play them. But I'm headed down to the south end right now because that's the best largemouth bass area. And if they were bedding down there, so I'm hoping there's some hungry ones coming off of their beds. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'll catch 50 of them down there. Yeah. But topwater fishing down there, nothing more fun, man. It can not this year.
I mean, yeah.
I took my boat in Rainbow Creek, so it's actually pretty. It's 3 feet when it normally is nothing. Yeah. No, I mean the Rainbow Beach that we usually make a swim. Oh, I missed it. Oh no, he's still there. The Rainbow Beach has no beach, and so okay. So look at this guy. There's a crappie hitting a huge bass lure. Man, I mean, what's I actually had that's the third one hitting this lure. I've never seen this many crappie in our lake. We got a lot of crappie. They're delicious. He's sort of medium. I could probably medium. They're the best tasting fish in the lake. These guys. Yeah, and they're easy to clean. You can just cut the meat right out of the fish. You don't have to fillet them, so they're super easy to clean. Make great fish tacos. Well, crappie fishing is a lot of fun. You throw a small jig and toss it down there. I like crappie jigging. Oh no, that's a live well. So there are 2 trout and 2 crappie in it. I don't keep the bass. Oh yeah, except for one. I damaged one of the trout, so I had to take him out of the water. Yeah, they're still alive down there. They'll be alive all day. It's amazing what you can use a fruit basket for. Well, this is a small boat. I mean, I've got side imaging fish finder. I've got everything on this boat, but you just got to make do for the size. Got everything a big bass boat has. I always tell people it's not the boat, it's the guy in the boat. Can't believe these crappie are hitting this bait though. This is a 5-inch bait. These crappie should not hit this bait. That's the third one today. We're supposed to have some isolated thunderstorms today, but just water.
I mean, I'm not super worried about it down here, but I might go drive up a mountain today.
Yeah, no, it's supposed to. Like a 10 or 15% chance.
If there's thunderstorms, my friend and I will just get out.
It's just water. No big deal.
I live up in Dallas, so we get like we're like 20 days in rain like half the year. So it's like rain does not really save me. The only thing I really worry about is if it's thunder, but
Yeah,
well, if there's thunder, I'll make sure I'm not on like a
just don't go golfing.
don't go golfing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because you're literally holding a lightning.
Well, these are made out of carbon fiber. They're not lightning rods. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Lost them. Dang it. Had one. All right, come on. He's trolling. I cannot believe these crappie. Gotta be the most aggressive fish in the lake right now. Crappie. Give me a break. That's crazy. Catching crappie on 4-inch, 5-inch bait. Wild. Just wild. Trolling. I'm fishing inward. He's trolling. Come on. Morning.
Morning. Getting them?
I'm shooting for largemouth.
Yeah.
So I've caught 3 largemouth. I'm using a 4.5 inch bait. 3 crappie have hit it.
Yeah.
Crappie hitting a big bass lure. And I got 2 trout,
Sure.
but I'm headed to the south end. I think I can get a lot of largemouth down there, but thought I'd hit the docks on the way down.
Oh, yeah.
I can't believe these crappie though. They're fantastic. decent angle. I know. I know. Because I lost my brand new phone mount. Went in the drink. So you're kind of on a broken rod type of arm. I don't know how to describe what you guys are mounted on, but it ain't pretty. But you can't see it. It doesn't really stay in one spot very well, though. All right, let's see if we do that. Maybe in that pocket. You're kind of in pockets, this and that. Everybody's trolling for trout. You don't have to troll for trout. They're stacked up over by the marina and over at Aspen right now. Hmm. Feel like I've got the action. Nope. You can feel the bait now when it's fouled up. Morning. I think that's my buddies. It's only 9:30. Wow. It's a little later. That's good. Such a pretty sound. That's the songbirds chirping and the water. I don't know about you guys, but if anybody recommends therapy, sit on a beautiful lake. It's so good. It's good for the soul. It's got to be good for the soul. They're about halfway down to it. So what have we caught so far? We've caught 3 largemouths, 2 trout, and 3 crappie. That's what we've caught, all on bass lures. I know. What is a crappie doing hitting a 4-inch swim bait? I don't know. They're very aggressive this year. I've never seen crappie so aggressive. Boy, they were very aggressive. Little kid, I do fish. All right, let's just do a straight troll along this cove. Let me see. Do a straight troll on this cove. I'm trying to get you guys up to where. Ah, I know you guys are looking straight up at the sky right now because I don't have to get deep on. Stick you right in there, baby. I don't. I know, I know, I know. I'm working on it, guys. Let me see my belly. I did not put my other seat in here. There you go. At least see my face and not my belly. All right. We're going to just troll this down to the southern end. A couple miles an hour, maybe. Whoa, flying out to Oregon. Cool. Whereabouts? Oh, well, your dad lives in Medford, right? You gotta go fishing. There you go. Fish. Oh, it's a pretty day. Very pretty day. Way to put you guys up here like this. Ah, you're a little crooked. That's all right. You're a little crooked. We'll probably catch a trout. Trolling. And we're gonna try some top water if the water's warm enough down there. If not, we're gonna go real shallow. Square bills. A couple boats down there, not bad. A little shallower water, 27 feet right here. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. 13 feet, good. This is good. Start working these stocks here. Coming to a point. Woods are always better at fishing for some reason. That sounds like a seal. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Start working these stocks up about where that front-hand boat is. And these boathouses usually are high and dry. These old-fashioned ones, lakes right up to them now. That's amazing. They got tracks. You can just roll your boat right out onto the lake. It's kind of cool, actually. Talk about old school. This one looks like it's going to fall into the lake. That's about where we're going to start working the docks again. Skier. You hardly ever see a skier on a lake. Not too many. It's pretty much a pretty lazy lake. Work these homes, these docks right here around the point and see if we can find something. Much better working the docks than the troll one. Slippery up. That boathouse is right on the wall. Oh, come on. Bite it like you mean it. Man. Now, the reason I'm fishing on Saturday is because I drove my son to work, and he works on Saturday. He works here. So, wondering why I'm fishing on a Saturday. That's why. So, my new fishing days will be Friday, Saturday, Monday, because that's Russell's fishing. So, that's Russell's work days, my fishing. So, fairly busy days for the resort, Friday, Saturday. Mhm. It'll be interesting to see what a little boat, how I handle the traffic of these bigger boats and skiers and personal watercrafts and stuff. We'll see. We'll see. Well, let's just get down to the south end before I lose the good time of the day. There we go. Trying to get down here before I lose the good time of the day. Almost 10 o'clock, right? Nope. I have no idea. My watch battery. I've got habits. Nice. You guys, you notice how long my phone's going to last. Normally I don't crank it, but if there's a fresh charged battery, it should be okay. Lily pads over here. Speedboat wakes. Plywood rock. Speedboat. That'll get there. We're getting good. Little guy's got a motor on his canoe. Throw the square bill out. 14 feet. pull this out a little bit. My remainder. We only got about, I don't know, 10 houses to go, and then we're in that area that I like to be in. That's get a little rock number. I'm in a no wake zone, but they're on the other side of the no wake zone. So what's the point? Water depth is 63 and a half up a this down a little too fast. Nobody's working the bass down at the very southern end. Everybody's just, I don't know, some of these people, they just want to catch a fish. You know, fish 1 foot off bottom down there where that pontoon rental is. They'll catch a ton of perch. Lots of perch. So that's all kids want. They just want to catch a fish, right? Nice little sailboat. Coming up to the dock. So my old neighbors, they're great people. Everybody's working. Some of these docks are That's the Bucky's house. Stupid Bucky. Oh, pole. Pole hit me. Try not to hit the pole. Really shallow. 6 feet. Let's get down to my spot. A spot. Can't claim it. Really hard to see your spots right now because everything is just so full. Water's deep. Top water. Let's see. It's like moving a card. See? It's like moving a card from a card house, you know? It's like trying not to lose you guys too much, but look, I'll put top water, finesse. How about a whopper plopper? Huh? How about a whopper plopper? When I painted, get my medium out. I just want to see if we can get a top water hit. A buddy of mine has been getting a couple really sharp hooks. You know what? I use really sharp hooks. Uh, so this is the whopper plopper. What's a whopper plopper? It's just fun to say, actually, but it's a floating bait with a propeller on the back of it. And looks like I got a twisted line up here. We're good. Now we're just going to toss it behind us. I'm going to drag it until we get to my spot. Hopefully get a topwater hit on the way there. We're only at what, 7 feet deep here? We're gonna go down here where the um, lily pads usually are, but because of the depth of the water, they haven't surfaced yet. But the lily pads are the bulbs are broken open, so they're growing. We just gotta. See the bottom, clear as day. This is when I'll catch a fish because I don't have a hand on the reel. Murphy's Law, you know. This is Camp Esther Applegate Camp. It used to be the Girl Scout camp. It's Camp Esther Applegate. Mormons bought it for the girls, I guess. I don't. I looked it up, but yeah, LDS bought it. It'll be a while until those lily pads break through. We're gonna go over there. It's only about 2 feet, 3 feet deep, 3 feet this year, and hopefully there'll be some bass hiding out in the pre-emergent lily pad. So we'll see. There's only one way to find out. Let's go down there and look, right? I also want to see the growth rate on it. See what happens, see how much longer I got until I got my lily pads. Been about a month since I've been down here, so see what a month looks like. Crazy deep. I mean, it's 6 feet, but our lake is a good 3 feet deeper. That's just a lot of water, you know? Oh, I see some lily pads over here starting to pop up. We're starting. They're starting, but boy, so hard to guess. I mean, this is so far out into the lake. Here's some lily pads just starting to break surface here. Go over here. Yeah, look at all that vegetated, those beds right there. Oh, gosh. Really good. Turn it on. Yes. Foul my end. All right. God, it's so hard to get a bearing over here now. There's so much water. We're going to fish this area. Do some topwater fishing here. Um, I, again, I'm encouraged to see the lily pads just starting to break surface. The water's 3 feet. Usually have like 18 inches. I'd have to go with a pro. Yep, my lily pads. Yay, my lily pads. The difference among things, right? This is really good, guys. We're going to sort of position my boat and anchor it over here a bit. This looks pretty good. So this is what I'm seeing. So there's a lot of little leaves over here. These are bigger lily pads here. Um, we're going to come over here a little shallower. We're at 3 feet right now. Really soft bottom. Really don't want to jump out. Test the bottom. All right, let's see if we can get some attention here. lot of grass right here. Without the engine. I do have an oar, paddle, or whatever you want to call it. I'm in the middle of a bunch of weed bed. I'm gonna go over here to this big, there's a big lily pad area over here. We're gonna put a frog on. We're gonna try a frog. On these lily pads. Have the perfect frogs too. Good. 1.5 foot, 2 feet of water. Cavitate a little bit. Break the oar out, sort of push myself in and out of this. Are almost where I want to be, right over here. Keep an eye on these weed beds. It's grass bed. 3 feet of water. Anchor. About 3 feet. All right, let's put a frog on. Whopper plopper won't work because you got a hook on the bottom. It's just gonna pull up everything. It's good trolling. Yeah. There's our frog. Another one black. This is a toad thumper frog. Best hookup ratio I've ever run across on hollow bodies. Best hookup ratio. So let's get you guys a look over here. Definitely going on the port side. All right, here we go. We're set up. All right, guys, I'm gonna have to pause this for a sec. Be right back. All right, let's try again. Got to be some bass in here somewhere. Really want that frog to splash too. Bunch of pelicans over there. Looks almost like a boat. Trick about hollow bodies too. You gotta stall your reaction. The bass needs to dive with it, so you gotta hold yourself for like a second in order to set a hook. And get ready to pull a bunch of weeds with it. They like to dive under there and you catch a lot of weeds. Maybe a little too early because only 64-degree water. So let me see what we're at. Yeah, only 64. So um, it's still a little cool. We want 70-degree water or above 65, right in the high 60s. 1 or 2 degrees makes a big difference in fishing when it comes to water temp. Just does. Never, ever. The difference of 1 degree in water is huge to a fish. Makes them react differently. Just jiggle it on top of the water. Splash, 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 splash. There's some wakes from that ski boat. All right, I don't see anything jumping. Should have got something hit break surface by now. I'm gonna go farther to my bow. straight. Find something over here. All right. We're going to go to the 6 feet area. Work a square bill. All right. That's what we're going to do. Now we're going to go back to my starboard side. Now I'm going to go out here to this vegetation. About 6 feet. I'm going to sort of go up the east side now. Does.